I'll just have to run. So, you know, I'm sorry Guruji, I'm late because मेरे को एक बारी बहुत ज़ोर से डांट पड़ी थी गुरुजी से. Because क्या होता था कि हम वहाँ पे 6-6:30 बजे जैसे द्वार खुलता था तो हम लोग जाते थे गुरुजी के पास और मैं तकरीबन लेट ही पहुँचती थी. And I used to just be there and about 8:30 जब लंगर 9 बजे लंगर लगता था उस टाइम पे से तो मैं कई बारी तो 8:45 पहुँचती थी. And one day Guruji got very angry with me and he says तू इत्थे डिनर करन आई है. So आज literally वही हुआ है कि I've come late and I'm sorry Guruji, but I thought I must share a few satsangs today. This is, you know, yesterday we were talking, day before yesterday, Sonia aunty, we were talking, and you know, she said कि गुरुजी ना जो दुबई संगत है उनको बड़े I was just saying कि गुरुजी गोते बड़े दिलाते हैं, you know, डूबने नहीं देते but बस सबको ना गोते खाते रहते हैं पानी में. So, well, that's true for most of us because Guruji, in fact, he used to always say, he said, मैं इत्थे तोड़े कर्म कटवान आया. तो no, I'm come here to help you go through your karmas. As you know, we all have, you know, we all have karmas to resolve, and Guruji gives us the strength and real strength to help us go through our karmas. Guruji himself used to say that मेरे नाल कटोगे ते सौखे कटोगे, कल्ले कटोगे ते औखे कटोगे. You know, when we come to Guruji, we come with this mindset कि ओहो बस हम गुरुजी के पास आ जाएंगे अब सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. You know, and we kind of seek that kind of a thing कि oh he has, you know, and Guruji himself used to say that I don't have a magic wand कि मैं आपको ऐसे कर के शुश्राका करके सब आपके problems दूर कर दूँ. मैं कर सकता हूँ पर मैं करूँगा नहीं. Because we all have to, and you know, even gods, if you read our scriptures, they never used to interfere in our karmic destiny, only when it's very important. Guruji used to say कि पुट्ठे कर्म करो तुसी, पुट्ठे काम करो तुसी, फिर आके कहंदे हो गुरुजी मैनू बचाओ. ऐसा थोड़ी नहीं होता. He said, yes, I give you the strength to go through it. I am there. And if you see that a lot of times when we are just down and out, हमको लगता है बस अब कुछ नहीं है, अब खत्म है. उस वक्त गुरुजी आके हमको कैसे, you know, निकाल देते हैं. So I always say that गोते ज़रूर खिलाते हैं गुरुजी, पर डूबने नहीं देते. And if you actually go through our scriptures, you know, like if रब भी कहते ना, रब भी कर्मा दे खेल तो नहीं बचा. You read Shivji's, you read even Raja Dashrath, why he had to go through all that, because in one of his previous lives he had killed Shravan Kumar, and in this after 2 or 3 lifetimes he got born as Raja Dashrath, and उन्होंने श्राप दिया था कि उसके पेरेंट्स ने श्रावण कुमार के कि आप जैसे मैं अपने बेटे के वियोग में हम तड़प रहे हैं वैसे आप भी करोगे. And he had to go through it. That was his karma. He was born as that and through it in राम जी के उसमें exile में जब उनको भेजा गया था, and he also died like that. So we are all bound by our own karmas, good, bad. That's why you say अच्छे करोगे तो अच्छा फल मिलेगा, खराब करोगे तो खराब मिलेगा. And कर्म आपको काटने ही पड़ते हैं. That's what Guruji used to say, that when we used to ask Guruji कि Guruji what should we do for you? And he used to just turn around and smile and say कि तुसी मेरे लिए कर भी की सकते हो, अपने आप को ही ठीक कर लो ना. And you know, he used to say be good, do good, चंगे इंसान बनो, चंगे कर्म करो. And वो करना बहुत औखा है. So you know, this just goes on, and we actually, in fact, one of the things that Guruji had also said was that somebody asked Guruji that Guruji, कई लोग तो आते हैं, उनका तो कल्याण 1 सेकंड में हो जाता है, और कई लोग नाक रगड़ के फिर भी उनका कुछ नहीं होता. So you know, Guruji said कि I don't like to interfere, but मैं जब देखना कि बंदा बहुत, you know, you are down and out and at the end of your tether, he said ऐ सोचो ऐ चाड़ है, your karma, the misery you're going through or the problems that you're going through are your own created karma, created by nobody else but you yourself. He said चाड़ वाक करना, मैं अग्गे कर देना. जब मैं अग्गे कर देना, at that point of time you are devoid of that particular karma. तो suddenly आपकी सब चीज़ें seem all fine. जो आपको चीज़ तंग कर रही थी, वो suddenly हट गई ना. तो you are devoid of that particular karma, but it is only for that point of time. He said मैं अग्गे कर देना. When I feel that okay, now you have regained strength and maybe now you cannot do it, you don't have the strength to go through this karma, मैं अग्गे कर देना. But कटना ते टपना तो तानू फिर भी पैना. You know, maybe अग्गे means maybe years ahead. अग्गे could also mean in the next lifetime, but you still have to finish and resolve that karma. That is, I mean, it cannot be revoked. So, but one thing keep in mind, that जिस तरह वो मैं अग्गे करना है, ते वो चाड़ भी वड्डी हुई जाती है. So what is here becomes here. Do you understand? So उन्हों उस वेले कट्टो टप्पो, finish off. Right. And as he used to say, मेरे नाल कट्टोगे ते सौखे कट्टोगे, कल्ले कट्टोगे ते औखे कट्टोगे. So we have Guruji in our lives. Rather than just saying why me, मेरे साथ क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसे क्यों हो रहा है, मैं बाकी लोग इतने अच्छे, मेरे साथ ऐसा खराब क्यों हो रहा है. We have to bear in mind that जो अगर हो रहा है हमारे साथ, तो ये हमारे अपने बनाए कर्म हैं, और इनको तो हमको करना ही पड़ेगा. चाहे रो के करो, हंस के करो, पेशेंटली करो, जैसे मर्जी करो, करना तो पड़ेगा. So yeah, so I would like to give a small little story in this about my cousin who passed away many years ago. I think I mentioned this earlier also. Who passed away many years ago, well, almost 20 years ago. She was suffering from cancer. And she was all of 25 when her cancer was detected. She had a 5-year-old son, or 4-year-old son. And when her cancer was detected, you know, they went everywhere. बॉम्बे गए, हर जगह गया, हर चीज़ का इलाज किया. एंड उसका ये होता था बिकॉज इफ़ यू नो the younger you are, the tougher it is to fight cancer because your cancer cells also grow very fast. So उसको स्टमक में हुआ, स्टमक से निकाला, ब्रेन में हुआ, ब्रेन का ट्यूमर निकाला, लिवर में हुआ, मतलब वो जहाँ जहाँ से निकालते थे उसकी थोड़ी देर के बाद वो फिर आता था because the cancer cells were growing very very fast. I mean once it enters the bloodstream then you know it's kind of very difficult to control. So it was growing very fast and they didn't know, they went everywhere, हर चीज़ का उन्होंने इलाज कराने की कोशिश करी. And she was then bedridden for 5 years and after 5 years she died. She died at the age of 30, leaving behind a very small baby. My aunt was very upset and she says, you know, when her daughters were in the last stages of her life, and this child, my cousin, was a very, very devout माता भक्त. माता जाती, वो हर नवरात्रों में माता के उधर ऋषि के हरिद्वार जाते थे, अपना वो करते थे. And she was a beautiful person. She was so pretty. Like she was one person who I would say, like how honeybees get attracted to honey, people would get attracted to her. She was so vivacious, so pretty, so beautiful, beautiful inside, beautiful outside, and she won everybody's hearts. Even जो doctors थे जो उसको treat करते थे, they also just fell in love with her. She was that kind of a person. And you know, someone who was so religious. So my mommy, you know, like they would go to they had a guru in Haridwar and she would go. And she said, and you know that this thing was कि कर्मों का सब कर्मों का खेल होता है. She says 25 साल की उम्र में मेरी बेटी ने क्या कर्म की होंगी? You know, what could she have done to be suffering like this? To go through so much torture? Because you know it was very torturous. कभी उसके बाल शेव हो रहे हैं, हेड सर्जरी, कभी वो स्टमक का वो एसोफेगस को स्टमक से जॉइन कर रहे. शी couldn't sleep on flat on the bed. She had to be on a 70-degree incline. तो मतलब she went through everything. So she says, ऐसा क्या कर दिया होगा 25 साल की उम्र में मेरी बेटी ने, ऐसे क्या खोटे कर्म करे होंगे that she is like this today. So they went to Bhrigu Santa, and Bhrigu Santa से उसकी उनकी वो निकल गई जो निकलते हैं ना पत्ते, उनके पत्ते निकले. And it's really very weird actually when you really think about it. उसका निकला कि she was always a very pious person, extremely beautiful in all her lifetimes, and very compassionate, very giving. But in one of her lifetimes, she was a feudal lord, like a princess or like a queen, because उस time पे तो वो जागीरदार भी और वो भी kings and prince and वही थे queens. So a very rich landed feudal lord, she was his wife. Very beautiful in that lifetime, very lovely, very दानी, कहते हैं बड़ी दानी थी, religious, pious. But her husband took a younger woman for a wife. उन ज़मानों में 1, 3, 4 कितनी भी हो सकती थी. So took a younger woman for a wife, and this she couldn't tolerate. She just couldn't tolerate this. And so she started slow poisoning that girl. What I'm telling you is like, I'm just telling you. I mean, they're like, I don't know why I'm sharing this satsang today, why it's come into my head, but I don't know. I'm just doing it. So she started slow poisoning her, and so slowly, each part of her body became defunct. And she lived for 5 years, totally bedridden, that person, and died. Now look at this. My sister also, कभी वो head का, तो कभी liver का, तो कभी किधर का, एक portion होते and exactly, and bedridden. अब जिसको कभी ये surgery हो रही है, also almost bedridden, and exactly for 5 years. So this is karmic justice, and they of course said that this would probably be that was her last birth, because she had earned also such good karmas. So this was her last birth, and she needed to finish this karma. That's why she came and so जब हम बच नहीं सकते इन चीज़ों से, so I think that जो एक सीख मिलती है हमें, वो ये मिलती है कि आप जो किया सो किया, उसके लिए तो हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते. We can't do anything. But we really need to now seriously think about doing good. हम मन में बोल देते हैं कि हाँ हमने अच्छा करना है, but अच्छे करने की definition होती क्या है? It doesn't mean that it's financial or you help somebody financially. It's आप उदास हो, मैं आपसे 2 लफ्ज़ अच्छे बोल लूँ, ये आपकी प्रॉब्लम है, मैं आपकी प्रॉब्लम समझूँ, and maybe try and maybe I cannot help you financially, but मैं आपको solace दे सकती हूँ, मैं आपको कुछ I can encourage you, I can just make you laugh, make you feel good. So compassion is very important, and compassion among Sangat is very, very important, because this is one family that Guruji हमको पिरो के गए, and we really need to be compassionate with each other and for each other, and have that feeling of oneness and feeling of being part of his family. So yeah, this was one thing. And what was the other thing we were discussing that day? There were 2 things we discussed. एक ये था, एक आपने कहा था कि मेरी पूजा नहीं मुझे आती. Meditation.
Yeah.
जो मुझे भी नहीं आती. मुझे भी नहीं बिल्कुल आती, because मैं जब पूजा में बैठती हूँ तो मेरा ध्यान इधर उधर, it goes everywhere, but on Guruji. And that's what he said. He says, when we asked him, Guruji, पूजा किस तरह की करी दी होंदी है, Guruji माला जपी दी होंदी है. So he just laughed. He says, ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਰੱਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ. ਰੱਬ ਮਾਲਾ ਜਪਣ ਨਾਲ, ਘੰਟੀਆਂ ਵਜਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ, ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਐਸਾ ਰੱਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ. ਰੱਬ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ ਚੰਗੇ ਕਰਮ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ. Because Guruji was so fabulous that he simplified things for us. Yes, there are many ways to achieve God, to get close to God. One is meditation, but you have to be there to be able to, to be able to do it. जो लोग कर सकते हैं, कई लोग evolved होते हैं, वो कर सकते हैं. आप और हम नहीं कर सकते हैं, because we are part of गृहस्थी. We have so many things. We are time bound. हम तो एक तो time की हमारे को कितनी problem होती है. So he just simplified everything. Yes, if you can sit in meditation, beautiful. But if you can't,
We have an aunty here who can actually
I
sit.
know, I
She's
know.
right here.
I know.
She's right here.
So if you
Smiling.
can, it's beautiful. But people like us who can't, you know, then I think this is a shortcut that Guruji showed us. That be good, do good, be compassionate, help people, and spread the word around, spread Guruji's word around, and that's how you get close to God. So it's okay, you and I, we can't do it. अब इतना दिमाग में मत करो.
I know.
Let's not put pressure on our minds about it. It's fine, it's okay. And हम लोग, for people who do meditation and all, you have to be totally in sync with your, with him. And you have to, I'm sure, auntie, that's you. So, I'm sure when you go into meditation, you can block your mind off so many things and you only concentrate there. हमारा तो ब्लॉक ही नहीं होता ना. हमारा तो सारा, हम उसी वक्त हमको हर चीज़ याद आती है. किचन भी तभी याद आता है, बच्चे भी तभी याद आते हैं, सब कुछ तभी याद आता है. So yeah, you are very fortunate, but for people like us, I think this is so beautiful. Guruji simplified for us that, be good, do good, लोगों की help करो जितनी कर सकते हो, good thoughts, and always put yourself in the same position as, put yourself in the same position as the other person is in. And even when we say, okay, we must do good also, like, it's very relative, अब do good क्या होता है? Do good भी ये होता है कि हाँ जी अच्छा झूठ नहीं बोलो, ये नहीं बोलो, वो नहीं करो, ऐसे नहीं करो, वो तो है ही है, that's part of it. But your real test is when you put yourself in the person who's going through problems, put yourself in that person's place. Or even if you have an altercation with somebody, आपकी किसी के साथ बहस हो जाती है, तू मैं हो जाती है, या कोई इंसान आपसे बहुत नाराज है, try and put yourself in that same position. It's so strange. Even when we go to a loo, हम जब जाते हैं, हमने ह्यूमन माइंड ने ये सब जगह लिख दिया है कि जो जब आप जाते हो, you write there, please leave the washroom in the same way as you would like to find it in. हाँ, लूज में तो हम लिख देते हैं ये, ठीक है. पर जब एक्चुअल इंटरैक्शन आता है, when लोगों के साथ हमको इंटरैक्ट करना होता है, और हम 1 मिनट में we sit in judgment कि वो हो, उसने ऐसे करा, हमने ऐसे करा, वो गलत है, वो फलाना है. And funnily enough, our human mind, जब हम, like there's a situation, and the same situation comes to you, your human mind rushes to justify कि भाई उसने जो किया था वो गलत किया था, मैं कर रहा हूँ या कर रही हूँ तो सही हूँ. आपको 1000 explanations देंगे आपका mind. That's what I'm saying, our human mind rushes to justify your actions. But actually, put yourself right there, and without any bias, without any, without any, how should I say, without any, be objective. Son's emotions and then see कि हाँ, अगर मैं एक्चुअली उधर होता या होती तो मैं उस सिचुएशन में ये करती. And if we start thinking, it's very difficult because हमारा mind तो हमारा is our biggest enemy, I think sometimes. वही गलत गलत हमके दिमाग में चलाता रहता है, वो क्योंकि justify करता रहता है. It is no, and you feel what you do is right. जो तुमने किया वो सही है. अगला बंदा सेव करेगा तो उसको 100 तुम नुक्स निकालोगे इसमें.
Very true.
So that's what I'm saying. If we are objective and look at it objectively, without emotions, you know, I think we can do better. We can become better human beings. And the most important thing I feel is that we have to do him proud. You know, it's like we are his children and we have to do him proud. How do we do him proud? अगरबत्ती जगा के जोत जगा के ये करके तो नहीं होएगा ना. Like he used to say, तुसी अपने आप नू ही ते ठीक करो. So yeah, that's it.